As Cambodians in Phnom Penh suffer from severe flooding, Tzu Chi volunteers offered a relief to help. Tzu Chi looks for the best price in household items and construction materials to help Haitians rebuild after Hurricane Matthew. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lee-Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Cambodia, a country where the rainy season is usually from mid to October. Though it was nearing the end of the rainy season, a bout of torrential rain in mid-October caused severe flooding in the region west of Phnom Penh, with Dang Khao being the worst hit. Half a month has passed, but the flood waters have yet to recede. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers in Cambodia gave 80 tons of rice from Taiwan to the flood victims so they could have food to eat.
Tzu Chi volunteers distribute 80 tons of rice from Taiwan to 1,700 families in Dang Khao.
I appreciate the goods from Tzu Chi today. The rice is very useful to the public.
The rain in mid-October caused flooding in Cambodia, with Dang Khao being the worst disaster area. Half a month has passed, but there are still floodwaters in many places. The relief goods from Tzu Chi can ease the burdens of many people.
The floods went into their homes, so we gave each family 2 bags of rice. Each bag weighs 20 kilograms, so it's 40 kilograms of rice in total.
I'm happy to receive the rice because it can feed us for some time.
I'm very happy to see Tzu Chi volunteers bringing rice to help us.
The volunteers carry rice for the flood victims and accompany them to their homes. The victims are finally smiling, some 2 weeks after the disaster.
Relief aid is always given where it is most needed. In China's Jiangsu, Tzu Chi's love continues to foster with the development of a DaAi village in the Kongdang area, which suffered massive damage in the aftermath of a terrible windstorm, akin to a hurricane and hail in June. Besides the promise of rebuilding homes for residents, Tzu Chi also held relief distributions for seniors in need of some winter supplies. Tzu Chi volunteers have been in Phu County, helping residents recover from the windstorm that swept through the area since June. After aiding those hit hard by the disaster, an autumn relief distribution was held to assist 1,275 seniors. The recipients were given some necessities to keep them warm for the upcoming winter. Some students came with their teacher to offer their assistance.
While in school, we can learn to help others, as during our course of helping others, we can gain more knowledge.
A driver hired by the Tzu Chi volunteers in Nanjing was not too comfortable working for the organization in the beginning, but now he's had a change of heart.
I wasn't too familiar with Tzu Chi in the beginning, but after this time, I feel honored to have joined them in their activities. I feel their activities are really meaningful and very moving.
Tzu Chi volunteers also visited a few scholarship recipients' homes to give them financial aid and bring blessings for the students as well. Meanwhile, at the Tzu Chi Suzhou grounds, a ceremonious contract signing is taking place.
I really feel that Tzu Chi volunteers are not like many others. This spirit of giving is not the same. They don't come in to do these good deeds, give you money and just leave.
We're looking after the descendants of Confucius. We want to preserve this village, which is an important aspect of historic Asian culture. We can really rebuild its traditional culture.
On behalf of Tzu Chi Foundation, Lin Biyu signs a partnership with officials of Yanchen's Phu County to build a DaAi village in the area. On October 25th, a fire broke out in Sultana Amina Hospital in Johor Bahru in Malaysia. The fire took the lives of 6 patients, injured 11, and the evacuation of hundreds of people. Springing into action to help have been the Tzu Chi volunteers from Johor Bahru Liaison Office. Their services included looking after those in need at the scene of the accident, as well as attending memorial services. funeral service, the family's sadness gave way to blessings. On the morning of October 25th, a fire broke out in Sultana Amina Hospital in Johor Bahru. In the wake of the event, Tzu Chi volunteers broke up into teams to offer their assistance. One team visited the funeral parlor to chant sutras for the dead. After offering their condolences, volunteers also tried to get a scope of how they can help bereaved family members.
When others suffer, we too are suffering. We're hurting inside as well. We want to offer bereaved family members our love and care. We would like to comfort them to the best of our ability.
As some of the funeral arrangements were quickly made, the volunteers from Ulu Tiram Liaison Office also came to offer their condolences and give the deceased one final farewell. November 1st is also known as Day of the Dead in the Philippines, a holiday much like Taiwan's Tomb Sweeping Day. Unlike the solemn occasion in Taiwan, Day of the Dead celebrations is set to a happy tone as residents bring offerings to spend the day with their ancestors at the cemetery. As littering is always a problem when people gather, Tzu Chi volunteers have also been promoting environmental protection for the past 7 years, ensuring local residents know the difference between recyclables and garbage.
In the Philippines, the annual Day of the Dead holiday is a time when many people visit cemeteries with their families.
We celebrated it here by going to cemetery, lighting a candle, then have some picnic with the family.
Since 2010, Manila volunteers have gone to the cemetery every year to promote environmental protection. In the 7th year of this promotion, practical actions are also undertaken to recycle the Earth's resources.
Tzu Chi volunteers doing recycling in the cemetery is really great help to the surrounding environment by reducing the rubbish here. Also, a variety of resource recycling and enthusiastic promotion of environmental protection has been a help. Thank you very much.
Volunteers set up temporary recycling locations to help process waste created at the cemetery, also allowing everyone the chance to honor their ancestors as well as leave a clean environment for the next generation.
The Amis are one of the most colorful indigenous tribes in Taiwan, known for lively song and dance, eye-catching designs, as well as a fondness for the color red. It may be hard to counter the stereotype of indigenous culture, though one person in Taidong's Donghe Township, Longchang Village, is attempting to do so. Long Hui Mei is the owner of Cotton House and knits with cotton and hemp to create attractive handicrafts. She even leads 30 such women in the village to work together, stimulating the local tribal economy, even becoming a legend on Provincial Highway 11.
The smallest village in Taidong's Donghe Township is Longchang. Located on Provincial Highway 11 is this humble residence, which exhibits Amis products, though they shatter the public's preconceived notions about Amis handicrafts.
Indigenous people must be colorful, and red must be included in all of our items. But I never use any red in my work.
Long Hui Mei is the owner of Cotton House and is a local Amis artist.
I'm an
indigenous person, and everyone seems to have a stereotype about us, as they say that the things that I produce don't have indigenous symbols. I just don't want to be judged this way.
Not wanting to be stereotyped, her products never use the red color or indigenous symbols, as she insists on being original. She uses only cotton, hemp, knitting, and a needle to produce her work. Long Hui Mei's work takes 10 times the work as others, and at the beginning her products were never chosen in any competitions.
Of course, at the beginning it was difficult, and few could accept my work, and I was surprised why it wasn't chosen, for example, in any arts competition, because I always used rice color material, and they felt it wasn't representative of indigenous culture. Still, I felt strongly about this and continue pursuing my own path.
But in fact, she remained committed and had a secret reason for doing this work.
If this linen material is environmentally friendly, and if discarded later, can easily break down in the soil.
台北哦。
Now many customers come from far away, such as Taipei, Shanghai, Dubai, and the United States, because she is unwilling to open branches in different locations.
我是这边的人啊，所以也不想要离开。对对对，我是这。
Having grown up here, she knows that much of this area's culture has been lost. However, she also doesn't want to see her tribal village be stuck in the past and simply copy others. Long Hui Mei visited the elderly, looking for the traditional weaving and thought of innovative techniques, and now uses Amis knitting to draw people together. Every Wednesday afternoon, Cotton House has become a particularly lively place for women in the neighborhood who all come to gather here. Elderly people come here to earn money and have something to do. Other tribal villages can't find a similar place.
下午茶就是锅蜜呀，有人就会吃冰的。
The small place is full of laughter, and a machine can never replace this sound.
这个了，现在勾要勾，你的是勾那个后背，对，一样的，你勾这个颜色。
Few can imagine that this small room could be such an unexpected force in the community and change perceptions for this tribe.
Needing to make money as well have food to feed ourselves.
I love to knit. You can make some very beautiful things, but you have to be very mindful.
有一天，有一个妈妈。
One day, an elderly woman said there was something she had to tell me. She said our second floor was provided by Cotton House. I said, really? And she said it was true. I was quite moved by this.
After Hurricane Matthew violently struck Haiti, Tzu Chi has continued to host hot meal distributions for storm survivors in different locations, including Lekay. With the assistance of a local volunteer, the distributions went off without a hitch. Here's more.
Residents would come from Lekay and have participated in Tzu Chi's cash flow relief work, come to help distribute hot meals for hurricane survivors.
I came here for the first time. I was notified by the volunteers about this event. I came here because I suffer from hunger for a long time.
With Tzu Chi's help, I can finally fill my stomach.
Though there are about 150 people on site, no one complains or is impatient. All of these should be credited to the wisdom of local Tzu Chi volunteer Daniel Georges.
So in general, when the people are starving, they are hungry, but with the teaching we share, so they're more or less calm, they eat together, and then after they can help themselves.
Because Daniel has experienced Tzu Chi's humanitarian culture while he stayed at the Jinsi abode in Taiwan for a few months after receiving medical treatment in June 2015, he grasped the chance to share Tzu Chi's mission with his countrymen.
During the earthquake, when they give the food, people fight, you need to get minister, you need to get the police to get the distribution. So we train the people, we share with the master Chenyan teaching, and then we give them the food, and the food is like a communion. We partake, we share together, and then...
Since it still takes time to restore this township to its former glory, what Tzu Chi can do to help hurricane survivors is to fill their stomachs by continuously hosting hot meals distributions in Lekay.
Continuing our reports from Haiti, as Tzu Chi volunteers distributed instant rice to hurricane survivors in Jeremy City, instead of using styrofoam plates, volunteers brought eco-friendly utensils for the event, hoping to promote environmental protection. Volunteers have also headed to several hardware stores to compare prices of construction materials, which will later be given to affected residents to help them rebuild their home.
While Tzu Chi's instant rice can fill everyone's stomachs, using styrofoam plates may become a burden on the environment. Thus, volunteers decide to promote environmental protection by adapting reusable utensils.
We bought this water container because we hope to simply buy water and reuse it. People here only sell drinking water. They don't sell water containers.
Apart from offering these affected residents water containers, volunteers have also bought them 300 larger reusable utensils. However, they haven't completed their mission yet.
Okay, how much each piece is?
400 goods.
400 goods.
Yeah.
Jeremy's residents are guiding Tzu Chi volunteers to several hardware stores where they can ask about the price and specification of wood and sheet metal. Volunteers have to carefully choose these construction materials for hurricane victims to repair their houses. This sheet metal can be rolled easily. It's 3 by 6 feet, which costs about $4. Another kind of sheet metal plate is rather heavy and stiff, which costs about $7. The third one is the iron sheet metal, which is firmer and is commonly used in Taiwan. It's 3 by 12 feet, which costs about $15. As local residents usually need about 30 pieces of sheet metal to renovate their houses, volunteers are carefully assessing the security of each construction material and the quantity of materials they need to buy, hoping to help affected residents rebuild their houses quickly.
Tzu Chi set up the New Shoot Scholarship Program to encourage children from disadvantaged backgrounds to overcome their difficulties through an education. Recently, 2 scholarship award ceremonies were held, one in Keelung and one in Hsinchu, to honor students who stood strong against adversity.
The downpour did not dampen the volunteers' enthusiasm to help these students reach their dreams. 191 students from elementary school to college from Keelung and Xizhi came to Keelung to receive their scholarships.
Dad used to make money for us, but now he can't work because he was injured in a car accident. So Mom has to work, and it makes her feel insecure. She even thought about suicide. I must console her and tell her that we will survive this period and our days will become wonderful.
Li Hongming expresses his appreciation to the volunteers. Watching her child grow, the parent understands the meaning of this scholarship.
My child came to the scholarship ceremony, and he knows that many wonderful children and many families also came here.
In Hsinchu, Taiwan, one parent also feels that taking part in the ceremony helps teach proper manners.
Before we came to the Jingsa Hall today, one volunteer told my child to tie up the hair, wear socks, and wear clothes that are simple, not too colorful. When she sees anyone, she must smile and nod her head.
These students have learned to be content with what they have, and also have learned to save coins in their coin banks, so they too can send love onwards.
Also about new shoots, but in Malaysia, since 2012, Tzu Chi Malacca chapter has launched the New Shoot Scholarship Program to help deserving but adverse students. In addition to giving monetary aid, volunteers and the participating 75 schools also help the students set learning goals. Over the course of the past 4 years, the scholarship program has benefited more than 13,000 students, now subsequently inspiring many of them to pay the love forward.
Since 2012, Tzu Chi Malacca chapter has implemented New Shoot Scholarship Program, which has helped more than 13,000 students continue their studies while developing good moral character.
Since Tzu Chi is offering the scholarship to help us, we study hard, hoping to attain the scholarship.
The scholarship is meant to help the family. Therefore, we carefully calculate the amounts given.
To encourage the students and understand their living conditions, Tzu Chi volunteers visit the children of care recipients every month.
On the visits, the volunteer teaches me about Tzu Chi and does some leisure reading, so I can learn some English.
Giving the students scholarship allows them to buy new school bags, shoes, and uniforms. So when school starts, they feel motivated to study hard.
The teachers also help students develop by using booklets provided by Tzu Chi, and the results exceeded their expectations.
I saw changes in my class as the students asked me, Should I help carry the booklets? They also help me do recycling.
Since Tzu Chi launched the New Suits Scholarship Program, some of the students who missed school became motivated to come to school. The students who do not do very well have also shown progress in schoolwork.
In addition, some children began to do recycling and become interested in saving up to do good deeds, paying forward the love.
I have received Tzu Chi's assistance for many years, and it is time for me to reciprocate. Not only do I want to donate, I also want to help out.
From reciprocating Tzu Chi's assistance, the students are realizing their full potential to benefit others and nourish the seeds of love in their hearts.
In Taiwan, more and more young people are becoming vegetarians as they are learning to respect all sentient beings. One such individual is 27-year-old Wang Xuanfang, who says being a vegetarian allows her to think more clearly and have more energy.
Being vegetarian makes me spirited and also allows me to think clearly when I draw.
The work created by Wang Xuanfang's designs inspire freedom, color, and introspection.
I don't just want to draw something beautiful or look good. I want my drawings to be meaningful, so a lot of my drawings are about the international community and love.
Like other girls her age, Xuanfang's romantic personality is reflected in her work. However, her drawings also express mature ideas, as her abstract and metaphorical expressions require deep thinking and reflection. She says her vegetarian diet allows her to keep working.
I might spend 4 to 5 hours on one project. This amount of time can be exhausting to some people, but I found out that after I started eating vegetarian food, my thinking and creativity became sharper and clear. And most importantly is my spirit. It has become better.
Xuanfang's mother introduced her to vegetarian diet.
I always cook vegetarian food at home. I don't cook other types of food just because you want to eat it. I feel being vegetarian is very good. Slowly, they were influenced by me and felt vegetarian food was very tasty.
The family slowly became vegetarian because of the mother, but in the beginning, Xuanfang resisted.
In the beginning, taste became lighter and lighter, and I resisted as I had to adjust my attitude. Then I felt if I didn't eat it, I would be fine. But if I ate it, it would die.
Just like her work that is full of love, Wang Xuanfang realized that all life is very valuable after she became a vegetarian.
On November 2nd, the Overseas Volunteers Training Camp began in Shancheng's Jingsi Hall. Besides Dharma masters from the Jingsi Abode helping to conduct some classes, via a live stream video, Master Zhenyan also reminded the volunteers to keep to their initial aspirations as they walk on the Tzu Chi path. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.